this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Oh my God!
So it's Mike Lang back at you from Bama Built. I just wanted to give an update from the first track day after making a few changes to the car. The car did phenomenally, handled phenomenally, felt better than it ever has. Felt a little too good, to be honest with you. I got a little bit overconfident and I bounced off of a tree, or kind of grazed off of it. It's pretty much the damage, that's the extent of it. It's not pushed in too far. You can kind of see where the, you can kind of see the imprint of the tree in my quarter panel. So I'll sand this part down to the metal and go ahead and start pulling. All right, so I got bored, started doing a little bit of pulling, and this is where I got. It's pretty much pulled out. I just need to, I don't want to weld too many studs on there because I'm gonna have to get that all smooth, but I think I need to put one more right about there, and I may be able to get this body line most of the way back. And besides that, probably this weekend I'll start sanding down the rest of the panel. Hell, maybe even spray it. But all things considered, I'd say it's out of there pretty good. Considering that I hit a tree. All right, it looks a whole lot better now that I got it out in the sunlight. But yeah, like I said, I hit a tree, pulled the dent out. Now I'm packing some Mondo in. It's turning out pretty good. Pretty good. I just gotta get these, put some more Mondo in, get these air pockets out. Got a few air pockets, but no big deal. I need to pack in a little bit more right there. I had to recreate the line right here. So, that's coming along good. Yep, but to be continued. So this is what happens, folks. You wanna go out there and be Billy Badass, hell, you better learn how to fix some shit. All right, this is where we've gotten after the primer. This is a lot of freaking work, I will say. Looks like my arch right there needs a little bit more arch. So I'm gonna, add a little bit of Bondo right there. Give it a little bit more arch. I sanded my primer down a little bit, smoothed it out. I'm happy with everything from this flare back. This is where the damage was at, was right here. And then right there also. So, I'm happy with everything here back. I just need to get this flare a little bit better, add a little bit more flare to it. And I should be all set. But I wet sanded the rest of the panel with some wet 400. Everything inside. show y'all how we're coming. Y'all like this homemade paint booth, don't y'all? But besides that, check that out. Check that out right there. Yep. So we got that shine, baby. We got that shine. Yeah. Turned out pretty dang good. All right, so we got finished up on the body work over the weekend. I think it turned out pretty good. Put a couple of these trim pieces on here, and I can, you know, it pulled in nicely, so I think that bumper should sit on there pretty well. I also added some LED lights because one of the lights got busted in the accident, so I just put some LEDs in there. I'm gonna wait to put the rear bumper on until after I get done wet sanding. Just one less thing to have to worry about. Overall, I'm pretty happy with it, and I'm glad I decided to take this on. It was a lot of work that was involved, but I wouldn't let that deter you from giving it a try. If you got some body damage that you want to work out, you want to save some money, then doing it yourself is definitely an option. And I know I probably spent close to, well, I probably saved a decent amount of money. I probably saved myself $600 or $700, but you have to think all the stuff I had to buy to get set up to do it in the first place. And so that's just a one-time cost. So if I wanted to paint something else, the cost would be, you know, significantly less. And I actually put a pretty good quality paint on here also. The company's called it PPG, and they're supposedly a pretty good brand, and the paint blended in pretty nice. You know, of course, there's a couple spots that I can see because I did it, and I just know that they're there. But I think from 10 foot, anything like that, you're not gonna pick up on any body damage. Yep, but I picked up this passenger seat, so I'm gonna go ahead and start installing it. Kind of cheaped out on the passenger seat. I put a fiberglass bucket in the driver's side, putting a steel frame in the passenger side, but better than this. The main reason I decided to, or I knew that I had to do the passenger seats, because the seat belt doesn't retract. So because of this bar right here, that's something to keep in mind. Well, it looks like it's twisted. Yeah, it's twisted all up. I guess that's why it doesn't retract. But we ain't worried about that. We're just going to change it out. I just now realized that that's why that doesn't retract. But it's all right. What's up, y'all? So today we're going to be installing the stainless steel brake lines to go along with the FDF angle kit. I've been meaning to put on stainless steel lines, but I just now getting around to it. You know, I don't want to risk having a failure, so I'm going to go ahead and switch over to the stainless steel. I still need to do the wet sanding. I'm about to go to an event this upcoming weekend, so probably not going to get around to that, to be honest. So this is a few weeks after I painted this quarter panel. And as you guys know, it still needs to be wet sanded. But we're about to put the bumper back on. You know what I mean? I'm getting antsy, folks. I'm ready to drive this thing. You know what I mean? It ain't good when I'm sitting around too much, not getting that, you know, not getting the full pull in. Y'all know how it is, weight reduction. Trying to be as light as possible. You know what I mean? Got rid of the factory passenger seat, ditched that heavy stuff, put in this lighter one. This thing's coming along. Hey, what's up, everybody? So today we're pulling the transmission out of the Drift Stang. Stang Bash is coming up in about a week or so, and we're gonna put a fresh clutch in. This thing was slipping last time we went out, so make sure that don't happen no more. post-staying bash, all right? The car did pretty dang good. This is probably about 3 weeks later. I hadn't been staying on top of the videos like I would have liked, but yeah, like I said, car did phenomenal. It didn't really damage anything. I lost the bumper, got a couple of scrapes, you know, some minor stuff. And now I'm just trying to figure out how I want to reattach it. Well, I guess I already got it figured out. I'm gonna drill into this thing right here, pop a zip tie into this thing right here, zip tie that Johnny on.